Hi everyone. Today we are going to cover one of those essential pieces of maintenance and inspections that you should perform at least once a week, but you should do it every ride. And that is inspecting your chain slack and adjusting it if necessary. It is a relatively simple process, and it'll ensure that your chain and sprockets last the longest time possible, but it'll also ensure your safety. A chain that is too tight will not only wear down your sprockets and chain faster, it'll stretch the chain and it could potentially break it. And when a chain breaks, it can really cause some serious damage. It can whip around, take out your leg, take off pieces of your engine, you name it. A chain that's too loose can jump a sprocket and come off in the middle of your ride. It's just not safe. So it is always good to inspect your chain before every ride, or at least once a week. So how do we do that on the Ninja 1000 SX? You're only going to need a couple things. To inspect your chain, you're going to need a tape measure, and preferably a chain slack tool. You can get away with just a tape measure, but a chain slack tool will definitely help out. If you need to adjust the chain slack, you are going to need a socket wrench, an 8mm hex socket, a 12mm hex socket, and a torque wrench. Let's go ahead and get started. So there's a couple different theories on how you can check your chain slack. Some of them say stick 3 fingers in. If you can fit 3 fingers in, you're good. Others say just wiggle it, and if it looks fine. That's not the best way to do it. You want it to be relatively accurate. Now, on the swing arm of the Ninja 1000, but also in your owner's manual, it'll tell you what to set your chain slack to. Now, this will tell you that it needs to be on the side stand. This is a disclaimer right now. For video purposes, I have it up on the paddock stand. Do not set your chain slack on a paddock stand. You want it on the side stand. And then you want it within 20 to 30 millimeters or 0.8 to 1.2 inches. Now, before you even check the slack, you need to find the midpoint between your front and rear sprocket. Now, your front sprocket is up under this case, but the middle should be right about there. And your rear sprocket, you can just measure right to the axle nut. So all you gotta do is take your tape measure and measure from middle to middle. I get 26 inches. Halfway in between will be 13. So you can go ahead and measure 13 inches, and you'll see I actually put a little dot right here on mine for the halfway point. So now that we have the halfway point, you now need to find the stiffest part of the chain. Now to do that, I set my tape measure right on top of the chain, and I'll push down for the slack. Don't push down, just gently push down and see where you're at. See, right now I'm at 7/16. But you will wheel it around your garage or wherever, couple lengths at a time, and push down. See, there I'm at 1/2 inch. And you want to find the tightest part of your chain. And remember that the lowest one you have. See right there, I'm at 3/8. We've got the tightest spot. So how do we measure what our slack actually is? Okay, now that we have found the tightest spot in our chain, we need to measure the slack. So how do we do that? Well, with a tape measure, you can just take your tape measure, hook it to the chain at the midpoint, lift up on the chain. Don't put a lot of pressure, just lift up, take the slack out, and you can lock your tape measure and then push down. So we're at about 3/4. That is not enough. We want about 1 inch, because I like to go right in the middle. I will say it is better to have a looser chain than a tighter chain. So we're at 3/4, so we need to loosen this up. So the one problem with the Ninja 1000 SX is the midpoint between the 2 sprockets doesn't really let you use the slack setting tool, at least not the one I have. So with a slack tool, you need this top piece to rest on the swing arm. So what I do is I'll go and put the tight end of the chain down here. Now, this isn't technically correct, but it'll get me close, and then I can use the tape measure to verify up here. So if we do use this method, so what you do is you go and you raise the chain and you push this down, and that zeroes it. Then you hold it in place and pull down. And when you pull it away, you'll have your measurement. And mine is set at 12 millimeters, which is way too tight. So we are going to go ahead and adjust it. So how do you adjust your chain slack? The first thing you need to do to adjust your chain slack is you need to take your socket wrench and your 8 millimeter socket, and you need to undo these clamp bolts. Now these are in with 48 foot-pounds, so they take a little bit, but you can do it with a normal socket wrench. And loosen them up. You don't need to pull them out, just get them loose. And you need to do both sides. Then you'll come back over here, and you're going to want to take your 12 millimeter socket. In my case, I'm tight. So I'm actually going to loosen my chain up by turning counterclockwise. Just a little bit. So I'll take the slack tool, raise it up. Remember, don't apply a lot of pressure to the chain. Zero it out. Lower the chain, and then take the measurement. I'm at 20, so I need to loosen a little bit more. All right, so I'll check it again. Lift it up. Zero it out. Pull it down. Take the measurement. I'm a little loose. Let's check that one more time. So, lift it up against the swing arm. Zero it out. Pull it down. Whoop. If you slip, you got to do it again. So, bring it up. Zero it out. Pull it down. Okay, so I'm pretty close right now. So I'm going to move this back. Then I'm going to check it with the tape measure. So remember, with the tape measure, all you have to do is put it at the midpoint, lift it up, lock the tape measure, and then drop it down. Just over an inch. So I am a little loose. Let's just double check it. Lift it up, lock it, down, just a little loose. So I'm going to tighten it up just a little bit. Just a smidge. And check it again. Right about an inch. That's right where I want it to be. We'll check it one more time just to be sure. Lock it, and check. Right about an inch. That is perfect. That's exactly the amount of slack you want. Again, this tool doesn't work too well on our bikes. If somebody knows how to make it work at this spot, I would appreciate it, but I can't get it to work. I have to measure back here. And if I take the measurement back here right now, even though I haven't moved the chain, I'm at about 25 millimeters, which is right in the middle, right where I want to be. So this is looking pretty good. So what you want to do now is you want to take your torque wrench, set it to 65 Newton meters or 48 foot-pounds, and then you're going to lock these down. Lock the right one down. And then I always come back and I measure one more time just to make sure nothing moved. Set your tape measure on here. Lift up. Lock it. Push it down. 1 inch. Then I'll take the chain slack tool and double check out another spot just to make sure I didn't mess anything up. Right about 25. Perfect. Now the last thing you want to do is you want to make sure your wheel didn't go out of alignment. So to do that, count from, pick a side, whether the front or the back, because you got to count from the same direction on the other side. So we're going to go from the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5. Looks about 6.5. So we will check the other side. So the tripod I'm using right now doesn't go low enough, but you should still get the idea here. You want to count from the back of the bike. This is the back of the bike, because we counted from the back on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a half. So it matches up with the left-hand side. If it didn't match up, you would have to align your rear wheel. And now, I do have a video on this, but when you're checking this once a week, I do highly recommend this thing. I'll have it in a card up above. This really saves a lot of time. You still have to find the tightest part of your chain. But once you do, with this tool, just pop it on, and you can see how your chain is from whatever you have it calibrated to. Makes things a lot easier. So I do highly recommend this tool. But that's all there is to this. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Otherwise, stay safe, keep the rubber side down.
Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. I will try and answer everyone's questions as soon as possible. If there's anything you would like to see, any tips, tricks, techniques, anything at all motorcycle related, please let me know. I do these videos for you, so anything that you would like to see, I am more than happy to do it. If you like this video, please click that thumbs up button. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and click the bell to notify you whenever a new video drops. Thank you again. Ride safe and keep the rubber side down.